Daniel Geale, thanks for your time. What have you taken away from the Barker loss, that fight?
I just got back in the gym. I mentioned before that it's similar to the first Monday fight. It was a close decision, could have went either way. And I got back in the gym, so hungry and burning inside. Knowing that I wanted big things to come, and this is exactly the same. As soon as I got back after the trip away in the US, I was back in the gym. I was hungry. I knew there were certain areas that I need to improve on, certain parts of my boxing that I need to get back to some of my old ways, and I have been doing that. I've been pushing hard. I've been pushing myself, as hard, if not harder, than I have been in the past, and getting back to some things that have been very successful for me.
Now in that Barker fight, you dropped him, you hurt him, you're on top of the fight, and the only thing I noticed is towards those last rounds, we didn't see the swarming Daniel Geale offence that we've seen. But was that you have been struggling to make the weight now, or is it just it was just the nature of the fight? It didn't seem to be the normal Daniel Geale we see.
Yeah, I don't know. It definitely wasn't that I was struggling to make the weight, because that fight was probably the easiest I've ever made weight in my professional career, which is pretty funny. But I do believe there are a couple of little areas that I tried a little bit differently that may have or have not affected me in certain ways. So that there's definitely things that I'm going to get back to what I used to do that I know works. And you sort of get to a certain stage where you want to improve in every aspect of your boxing. Sometimes you can go a little bit over the top, and I know now my limitations in all areas, and I push myself through many barriers, but there's certain parts that that I have to sort of rein myself in. And I know the later part of a fight is where I usually am the strongest, and if this fight does go that long, I'm going to make sure I'm going to be very, very strong in this next one.
I saw Barker. I was impressed that he just gave everything he had that night to win, and to me it seemed a bit like Costa Zoo with Ricky Hatton. That night was Ricky Hatton's night. Yep. It seemed to me that was Barker's night. He just put 100% of everything he had into winning, getting him off the canvas, and he beat a quality guy and knew to do that. Yep. Now that he's retired, did that surprise you? Did you know he had a hip injury? They're saying now he's had it for a while.
Yeah, they did mention it to me in passing, but I didn't know that it was as serious as probably what they claim it to be. It was sort of, we knew Barker probably should have taken a little bit more rest. He was pretty beat up after that fight. He had a few injuries, and I was surprised when he took the Stern fights so quickly. Although he had to, he was sort of made to. It definitely did affect him. He didn't have enough time to recover, which it definitely suited Stern. And I think the way that my team do it over the years as well, we don't rush things, we do things at our own pace. Negotiations are extremely difficult, obviously, but we don't ever rush out and take a fight a little bit unprepared. Even if it's only 1% unprepared, then we don't do that.
Garth Wood always seems to be most dangerous when he's the biggest underdog. He just he's made a career out of getting opportunities at the last minute or unexpected. Yep. and bowling guys. Is that what makes him dangerous? That he just throws everything into it like he's got nothing to lose?
He does, yeah. I mean, and that's what he's built his career off at the moment. And he is a dangerous opponent. It's a great fight night as well. Fighting at the Hordern, all Australian affair. We could have obviously brought out a no-name opponent to Australia, and it probably wouldn't have been as exciting. But getting Garth, a guy that's knocked out Mundine as well, and it does add that little bit of extra to it all, and that's what makes it exciting.
I think it makes you at your best too, doesn't it?
That's right. I have to step up. If I was fighting a lower class opponent that didn't have many credentials, I probably would take it a little bit easier, but I'm not going to, and I'm going to make sure that I do everything in my power to perform well and look good and get the job done.
Thanks, Daniel. Thanks for your time.